right, on that note, some breaking news coming in. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned trading partners of higher and worse tariffs. That's the latest coming in. In fact, Donald Trump issuing that warning. He's warning trading partners of higher and worse tariffs if they quote-unquote play games. Following the U.S. Supreme Court verdict against his tariffs, on his Truth Social account, the U.S. president posted, I'm quoting now, any country that wants to play games with the ridiculous Supreme Court decision, especially those that have ripped off the U.S. for years and even decades, will be met with a much higher tariff and worse than that which they just recently agreed to. That's the statement coming in from the American president. And this, of course, coming in after the U.S. Supreme Court verdict on Friday, a massive development. Trump initially announced 10% global tariffs, remember, increasing it to 15% the very next day. And now another warning coming in from the American president against that backdrop. Let's get in further details now from our correspondent, Susan Teherani, who's been tracking those developments. Tell us more about what the president has said, Susan. Of course, this is a renewed attempt to also send out a message to the countries the world over about the use of tariffs in a way to exert pressure.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like the White House is backing down, because I think with each passing day, and we've seen this with Trump's social media posts, something new comes in. And I think with each passing day, they are sort of navigating the tools that they have in their toolbox. Now, while there's been a lot of focus on Section 122, understandably so, because it was the fastest and most immediate replacement to the Supreme Court ruling, there is a Section 301, which is a country-specific trade action that the United States can use. This is sort of the China-style model where investigation by the U.S. Trade Representative starts, and then you find unfair trade practices from countries. The advantages are that it's durable in court. It has already been tested legally and can last for years. It's not temporary like Section 122. But the downside is the investigation itself to see which countries go into this category can take months. But this seems the most legally stable long-term option, and perhaps the president has been briefed that this may be a path forward for countries that resist, and that's why he put out this social media post. But, you know, just the big unresolved issue right now, like you mentioned, Molly, is those refunds, because the court invalidated this IEEPA tariff. It didn't say what happens with refunds and what happens with countries who've already paid under this act. So, you know, that's the part that we have to wait and see. But in terms of whether or not the White House can continue with its trade and tariff policies, they can do so, but with so much uncertainty. We're not sure how that's going to play out in terms of perception and moving forward with trade with other countries.
Indeed. So a lot of question marks there, Susan. At the same time, this does give us some clarity about the stance taken by the U.S. president. He is clearly hardening his stance as far as the tariffs are concerned. Leaving it there. Thanks very much.